Cisco Reads Books. Today we're doing a military thriller Thursday thing, and we're starting a new series. So in the last video, as we know, Day of the Cheetah, in Patrick McClanahan's universe, was the bridge in between the start of or is after that is the Dreamland series beginning, and then is Shadows of Steel. So today we're going to be reviewing Dale Brown and Jim DeFelice, Dreamland. This is book number one in that spinoff series where I started Dale Brown, and have to come back to the Patrick McClanahan series. But now I'm reading them in order and in chronological order, jumping in between, the Patrick McClanahan series and Dreamland. So basically, this is what we got. I'm just going to read the back of the book because this one's pretty well written. Hidden in the Nevada desert is America's most advanced aerospace weapons testing facility, Dreamland. It is the place where the nation's top minds come to develop artillery and aircraft that push beyond the cutting edge, and where the Air Force's top guns come to test them. On the front lines of a new era in warfare, the fiasco of the spies' infiltration has the Pentagon looking for an excuse to close Dreamland down. To clean up the mess and save Dreamland from the congressional chopping block is Lieutenant Tecumseh Dog Bastion. He's sent in. He's just the guy to shake things up, and does when a situation erupts in Somalia. Into a hotter-than-hot war zone, he sends his own daughter, the pilot of a megafortress bomber and a high-tech unmanned flight system that could make or break Dreamland's future. That sounds fucking awesome. This is the first book where we get to see my favorite character in the Dale Brown universe, which is Dog Bastion. He's the biggest badass commander you could ever picture in the military. I wish I had a commander like this when I was in the military, because he is just such a badass. In this book, we meet Greasy Hands Parsons, which is like the crew chief that works on the Dreamland plans. This guy's fucking hilarious. I've known several people like him in my time in the military, and it is just phenomenal to see the personality of the maintenance crew portrayed in this book. And I mean, all of the Patrick McClanahan books, and just Dale Brown in general does a really good job of showing all aspects of the military, and recognizing that the maintenance people make the mission happen. But yeah, Dreamland. This is the first book. They're going into Somalia. Somalia is a fucking shithole country that's going through its own upheaval right now. Dreamland has, some of the best guys that they can do. Basically, it's the whiplash orders from the president are what these are characterized under, and they're like covert missions. They use planes, they use ground troops. It's just all around badassery. This is the first book in that series, and as soon as I read it, I was completely gripped, and I was like, I want more of Dale Brown. So that I sped through the next 15 books in this series, and I was like, oh, now I definitely want more. And then I found the Patrick McClanahan series and realized that I probably should have read that first. Now that we're on to the Dreamland series, I do want to address one quick pet peeve that I have with this shit. These are phenomenal books, but they are not available in hardcover. I don't know why. Every other fucking Dale Brown book is in hardcover. Every one of them, even other spin-off series, is in hardcover. The independent series, which is like 4 books, is in hardcover. It's a spin-off series. Technically, it's in the same universe as Dreamland and Patrick McClanahan. They're in hardcover, but you can't do fucking Dreamland in fucking hardcover. Like, I'm sorry, that it pisses me off. I like Dale Brown enough that I bought all of the Patrick McClanahan series in hardcover and the Independent series and the Jason Richter series and the Nick Flynn series. I have all of those in hardcover. These are the only fucking books that he wrote that isn't in hardcover, and I have an issue with that. So I don't know who's on top of this, but somebody in Dale Brown's team, you need to get these books in hardcover because they're fucking awesome. Um, and that's all I have to say about that. But there are some phenomenal characters in this series. We have, Dog Bastion. We have Parsons. We have Brianna Stockard, which is Dog's daughter. And then we have Zen Stockard, her husband, who is a paraplegic that is still able to fly the drones that were mentioned in the back cover of this, which eventually turned into what is called the Flight Hawk series, which is kind of similar to what the Air Force is doing now with the Loyal Wingman concept, but just on a different scale. And they're released from a B-52. Like, fucking phenomenal. Like, that's a fantastic idea. I don't know why we don't have that shit. Um, but yeah, great book. I love it to death. This is where my journey into Dale Brown started, so it holds a special place for me. And it was, at the time it got me out of, you know, um, just a rough part in life. I was going through a transition of like where I was working, what I was going to do. It was like right as I started my editing business. So like, it was kind of a shitty time. Money was tight. We didn't know what the future was going to look like. And, I found my escape in these books, and I damn well appreciate what they did for me at the time. So, I mean, yeah, Dale Brown Dreamland series. Definitely read it. I suggest reading, the first four books of the Patrick McClanahan series up till Day of the Cheetah, and then start Dreamland, and then go into Shadows of Steel and do the chronological thing. Um, you will get so much more out of the books if you do it that way because they do reference back to each other a lot, and a lot of the stuff that you see on the political side of both series um, is kind of echoed into the other one. So there's a lot of tie-ins that if you read them standalone like I did, you won't get all those references, but you will, like, you'll know that there's something that you're missing because they're referencing it back and forth a lot in the Dreamland books and the Patrick McClanahan books. So it's worth it to do it that way. I would suggest doing it that way. And yeah, do it because yeah, the Dreamland series is fucking awesome. And the Patrick McClanahan series is awesome so far as I've gotten, which is up to Tin Man. So yeah, read Dale Brown. He's amazing. Um, and thank you again for showing up for another Military Thriller Thursday. Look forward to next week's video, which is Shadows of Steel in the Patrick McClanahan universe, going chronologically. So hang in there, stay safe, and remember, until next time, read, because reading is fundamental.